Hello and welcome. You're on CarTorque with Matty J. And this is 98.9 Northwest FM. It's a show for motoring enthusiasts. For the next hour, you're going to be chilling with me, Matty J, as we talk cars and play some music. So I'm so glad you can join me tonight. Tonight we're going to be talking about the biggest news story for cars of the year. And the story is why Australia hates this car, even before it has been released.
Is it the...
Sorry, there
you go. Is it the Pauline Hanson? It's a car in it, the Hanson?
The Hanson?
No.
Hanson and, was it Umbot and stuff?
Sorry.
That's all good. Welcome, Dr. Rock.
Well, thank you.
Welcome to the program, and we're also joined by Tyron.
Hello.
Thanks for coming on, guys.
No worries.
Happy to be here, mate. You're getting paid, I'm getting paid.
I'll slip you a 50 later.
I'm surprised. What is the biggest hate car we hate?
Well, before it's been released, it's
his favourite car.
it is my favourite car. It's just.
Oh, really?
Yes, it is.
It's just been released.
Are they tears I can see?
They are, yes. They really are. It's the new Ford Focus RS. And look, I know I talk a bit about Fords in this program, but this car, it's a technological marvel. And the fact that Australia has just gone on a rampage about a hoon car is frankly quite ridiculous. Look, I'll get to it after the first song, and I'll explain. I'll have my little rant. Look,
yeah, that's your place to do so, mate. You do that.
We love to have fun in the show and have a good laugh, but this is really like ground my gears and a few other people in the motoring industry. Because Australia is the only country that's in the world that this car's being sold in which people are trying to boycott its sale because they're calling it a hoon car.
Okay.
Yep.
But we're
going to learn something, mate.
Yes, we will.
You're going to learn something. But anyway, we'll get to that after the first song. But Dr. Rock, you're going to be in the hot seat tonight for the quiz?
I'm a bit worried about this because lately in quizzes, like my kids beat me at Jeopardy now, and I think I've lost the plot a little bit when it comes to trivia. So I'll have a go. You know,
nothing wrong with having a go. And Tyron, first time on the radio?
Yes, I am. First time on the radio. So
first time in the station, mate?
Yes, first time in the station.
Are you impressed?
Yes, I am.
God,
actually,
can you believe good. It? No, we're not bad. We've got two good studios here, and who knows, mate? You might one day. You know,
have my own show.
Well, you never know.
Exactly.
What are you into, actually, mate? You know, motorbikes or you know?
Yeah, no, mate. Well, I'm into sport. I'm into a lot of hobbies that I do outside of work.
You don't have to do your theme. I think Matt's doing a fantastic job, and it's just no end to where you can go with this, with the CarTorque and things like that. But there are some people with the station who have their own themes, which is entirely up to yourself. But, well, I hope you enjoy it. I hope you're impressed with Matt, because only 3 or 4 months ago, he was coming in here on a Saturday afternoon thinking, why do I have to do bloody law and copyright law again? Yeah, come on.
Defamation.
But we have to know it. We have to know it. I hope you enjoy it. And what song have you got picked for first?
Well, on 98.9 Northwest FM, you're on CarTorque with Matty J, and joined in the studio by good old Dr. Rock and Tyron. How you going, guys?
Yeah, not too bad.
Mate, it's firing up. You're getting SMSs already. I mean, they'll have the fans knocking on the door soon, you know. You know, on a Monday night, what I do if I get fans knocking on the door? I let them out. You know. That's an old joke. How many times have I told that? But you've got an SMS, mate.
Yeah, we've got an SMS from Alan. Alan was in last week. How you going, Alan? Give you a quick shout out. He said, how come the GDA 86 never received this backlash, which is true. So that backlash is regarding what's called drifting. I'm sure you guys both know what drifting is.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
It's originated in the mountain streets of Japan. And anyway, going back to the Ford Focus RS, it's got a revolutionary all-wheel drive system. And it's revolutionary for its time. It uses a double clutch pack system. And what Ford have done has made a car that you're able to drift with using using the all-wheel drive system. So it sends all its powers to the rear wheels and allows you to go for slides. This is, of course, to be used on track use only, for obvious reasons. It has been universally praised all over the world. Now, this is where I'm going to get a bit serious here, because this mode has been praised all over the world. It's revolutionary for what it can do. It's making an all-wheel drive car one thing drift. Now, the problem is Australia labels anything that you lose traction as a hoon, as a hooning offence. So, for example, they see this mode drift mode in a $55,000 hatchback, as you're going to go out straight away onto the street and use it. Ford have a disclaimer to say that it's for track use only, and it comes up on the dashboard when you select the mode. Now, what is the difference between using in a Ferrari, for example, going to race mode on the street? It's the same principle applies. It says it's for track use only. They say it on both cars. It's a feature in a car. I have not heard one person complain about the Ferrari system, because it's a $500,000-$600,000 car, and it's to be used on a track. But when the word drifting comes out and loss of traction, the whole of Australia goes mad. Now, I know a lot of car motoring enthusiasts are with me on this one, because what makes a hoon, look, and I'm not encouraging hooning behaviour at all in any way, shape, or form. But what most hoons do, it go to the back industrial areas or go to a Macca's car park and use an old $500 Commodore or Falcon and chuck hoops, and endanger other people's lives. This is not what the Focus RS is about. One, these people aren't going to take a close to $60,000 car and just kill it like on the roads to do that. And two, the accessibility of the car, it's got a waiting list of almost over a year now. It's incredible that we're getting to this stage. Now, the police, all the media, all the Channel 7, I won't say all their names, but you know who they are. They've come out during the week, a day before it was to be released, the Ford Focus RS, and have said this hoon car, it should be banned. They've tried to boycott the launch. They actually went to the launch and got shut out of the launch by Ford Australia. They've basically said about how bad this car can be. But what's the difference between one person in any sort of car, in a $500 car or a $200 million car, going and drifting around a corner?
Fair point. The
point is, the car's designed to drift in safe and controlled environments. It's to show off its technical abilities. That's the only reason that it was put in the car in the first place. Now, last year when the Ford Mustang was released here and released globally, Australia is the only country in the world that the Mustang is released where the line lock feature, which allows you to do a burnout at the start of a drag race when you're at the drag strip to warm up your tires, is disabled. Because people and the media did this whole rant about, it's another hooning thing. I can understand where people come from. Hooning is bad. On the street and stuff. Don't get me wrong. I'm totally against it. But when features and that are put in design cars to help racing purposes, and for all other reasons is banned and we're the only country to ban these features. It's really, are we really a nanny state? Are we getting to this point where we're so politically correct about everything that it's getting to the point where a technological marvel that is the Focus RS, which has got critical acclaim by everyone, is getting this is the only country that's getting blamed for it.
Interesting. Yeah, I see what you're saying. I see your point. I can see their point as well, but I can see your point. I wonder if people wanted to SMS us, you can do that and get your thoughts across, and our number is behind me.
0447 777 989.
What do you reckon about that? Do you reckon Matt's hitting the nail on the head there? I think he might have, but
he has. Yes.
Yeah,
he has.
Rather passionate. That's good.
Yeah, because
you've got a point. And look, I can also see the other side. But the very cognitive point you make there is you're not going to buy a brand new car after waiting for a year and then go and destroy it or run it into the ground, are you?
Yeah, exactly. Unless you are really stupid.
Well, there are people out there. But yeah.
Well, I'm sorry to interrupt. As I said, the GT86 is known to go sideways really easy, and it was loved for that playful nature. It was praised for that nature here.
Yes.
But when a car comes out with the drift mode, which essentially the 86 will do the exact same thing, the whole world goes nuts. That's why I'm not impressed about the way this new car has been given the light of.
Fair enough.
And it's funny how the road experts have actually released the car as a Fast and Furious style drift mode.
Yeah,
they've classified it as just that, not just anything else.
And even the worst part about it is the media even got it wrong. They said, the late Paul Walker from the Fast and Furious franchise, he died during drifting. No, he didn't die during drifting.
No, yeah, someone else was driving.
Someone else was driving the car, and it was a high-speed accident.
Exactly. Yeah.
So one to all you news guys, get your facts right. Stop scaring people saying it was drifting that caused it when it wasn't. And it was just another tactic to really just nail
it forward.
Yeah. Well, look, I can understand. Yeah, or about all the, this just legal street racing and stuff. I'm completely. Police do take the cars, whatever you got to do, but for a feature that's designed for the track, it should be it should be understood that it's for the track, and we shouldn't have made such a big deal about it.
And this is the Ford Focus.
The Ford Focus RS, that's right.
And it's released just this week.
Got released on last Thursday.
Okay.
We've got a text in. Matt is putting me to sleep about talking about Fords again. Thanks for that. I think that's from Adam from his old number.
He's got a point there. Well, I can see your point there. And all right. Well, let's. All right. It's 20 past 7.
It's 20 past 7. I don't like to get on a rant, but
you got a perfect right to do so, mate. I've always had a question about cars, and that is if you could drive a car in space. Now we're getting from the sublime to the ridiculous. If you were driving your car in space at the speed of light and you turned your lights on, what would happen?
Cool.
That's a question for Vlado, I think, on the Rocket Surgery show. But I've always wondered about that. But no, I'm being silly there. But there you go.
Yeah,
and,
that's a good question. Phone in, or send us a message on what your thoughts are. What would happen for that? Because I have absolutely no idea.
I don't. It's another one of the great shows that we have here. We've got the It's Not Rocket Surgery on a Sunday night, and Celio's probably thinking what sort of shows we got here, But
what's going on?
northwestfm.org, and you can find them all out actually, because that's where we all reside, and I'm sure it's updated regularly.
It is.
I think you're on now, eh? Have you looked late recently?
I am. Yeah, I'm all on the website. So just
Matty J,
CarTorque.
CarTorque.
Check it out. Well, look, guys, thanks for coming on the show. I'll get a little, let the people know about yourself, about your car history. So, if you would like to start, Tyron.
All right. Well, I started off with my dad's car, which was a 2003 Corolla Ascent, just a base model. And I used that for quite a while until I saved up a bit more money, and then I bought myself. Actually, I was looking around to buy some cars. I looked at second-hand cars. I looked at Mercedes and all that. The typical teenager that wanted a car that was good.
Good Merc.
But then. In 2013, a Toyota Corolla came out with a panoramic roof, and I think that was probably the second company to bring it out, apart from Hyundai. And I had a look at that. I liked the design; it looked like a sporty look, and I went and had a look at it, and I liked it. And that's what I got at the moment.
And that's the ZR, right?
Yes, 11 ZR, the top of the range.
Yeah.
So, it's got everything in it. And I recently added a nice subwoofer, thanks to Matty, too, because he gave me his advice. And, I love the car now. Would not change it for anything.
I always thought a subwoofer was a dog that could bark underwater. So I'm a little bit behind with you guys. But we all love our cars for one reason or the other. And my first car was yellow.
Do you remember what type of car it was?
Actually, it was orange. It was a Charger, 1973 VE Valiant Straight 6 Charger.
Hey, Charger.
Only because I found it was pretty. It was more impressive to know a bit about the colour. Not that I really cared, Turn it on, goes, petrol goes, But it was a straight 6 Hemi engine, because people say not an 8, and I said, nah, I get enough guts with the 6. It's how you drive it. I used to say. Didn't mean much really.
Hey, the Hemi 6 was a good engine.
Yep, big two doors. There, and very comfortable back part of the car as well, and very good for going to the drive-ins. And very good to it was a good car to play in, and if you know what I mean. I loved that car. I had it for quite a few years, and then I think I had a Sigma for a little car. Sigma? No, whatever, I can't remember. Toyota, something or other. Never really, And now I've got the little Abby car, which she has when she gets her license, Abby. The little, Tommy Cruise.
Tommy Cruise?
Tommy Cruise car, named after him because it's small and has no personality.
It's dry as a fish.
Yes, indeed, yeah.
But was the Charger your favourite car you've owned?
It'd have to be. And it's true, they say, because when you're at a certain stage in your life, you start looking back to the cars you had when you were younger. Maybe you're trying to recapture your youth. And I've had the urge to get another one. I'd love to drive around another one, but then, I mean, I think you might have mentioned what the sort of price you'd be paying for one nowadays.
Yeah, they're getting up there. If you want to get one, you got to get one now, Dr. Rock.
It had the vinyl roof too, but it had the racks on with the surfboard permanently mounted. It never came off, but geez, it looked good. But no, it was a good car, good car. You know, plenty of space inside, and heat charger. It was a great car.
Yeah, it was a good ad actually.
Yes, indeed. Yes.
If you were to buy, what would be your dream car then? If you were to go for a car these days,
something with a retractable roof. What do you call them?
Convertibles.
What?
The convertibles.
Yeah, like a convertible thing. Yeah. I've never driven in one. I'd love to drive in one, and I'm surprised more Australians don't. I know we have our winter, but then
Our summer's pretty good to drive them.
Yeah, I would love to. Yeah. I mean, I'm so impressed with the what have we got? The other white car we got?
The Captiva.
The Captiva. It's actually got a sunroof, and it's nice. And it was supposed to be mine, but I don't drive it. I can't wait for summer to drive that around, But no, a retractable. I'd like something like a Jag, I suppose. Not like a nice XJ6, perhaps.
Nice
yeah, that'll be right.
When you say Jag, you got to say Jag.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I'm buying a Jag. So
the most impressive car I think I've ever seen, and it was just on the spur of the moment that we went into Docklands for some reason. We parked in a car park behind Docklands, and there was about 6 cars here, and one of the cars was a Rolls Royce, not like the stately Rolls Royce. It was like a Rolls Royce convertible. I don't know.
One of the new ones, a Ghost.
Yeah, and it had the plate 1.
Oh,
that is a limited edition.
They're called heritage plates.
Yes. And I thought, I've got to take a photo. I just purely didn't take a photo of it. And it was a beautiful, beautiful car.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I thought, I wonder how much damage we'll do if we scratch it out. But it had the number plate 1, and I was genuinely impressed. And I thought, wow.
Do you know how much those plates are worth?
You told me one stage. They're a lot of money, aren't they?
No, if that's the legit number 1 original heritage plate, you'd be looking at in the millions. I kid you not, for a license plate. That is how much they are worth.
It was parked in like a public, not a real public, but it was, yeah.
You got the money.
I mean, I've got the number plates of my car, but that was $500. But you ever see Dr. Rock driving around town,
Give him a toot.
Yeah, well, you never know.
What about you, Tyron? Dream car?
Well, I wouldn't say dream car, but I do like... I saw it on the road the other day with you. It was the Hyundai Genesis.
Yeah.
And I actually looked into it the other day, and I really liked it. It's got the panoramic roof too, and it has the sunroof is half of the car, and the whole thing opens up. Oh. And it's got a nice dash feature. It's got leather interior with wood trim around it, and it's also got, I think, in the center console, if no one's sitting as a fifth passenger, you drop it down, and it's got controls for heating and cooling for the back people as well.
Okay.
And all 4 seats are ventilated. All 4 seats are ventilated as well. So I do like that car, and I did look at it, and I did tell my fiance that I might trade in my car for that, and I just got a really bad look on my face. But
and she's thinking you're not the only thing you be trading in, buddy.
That's it. But yes, no, I did really like that car, and I do like the outside of it. The features look pretty nice. I didn't even know it was a Hyundai until you told me. Then no,
and they're reasonably priced.
Yeah, they are.
They're very
good price. And also, another car would be the Toyota Fortuner. I do like that. It's a nice high 4-wheel drive, and it doesn't look like a 4-wheel drive from outside, but when you look from the inside, if you're sitting from the inside out, it does feel like a 4-wheel drive.
And it's based off the Hilux, isn't it?
Yes, it does. It is based off the Hilux, and it looks similar. And I do like it. It's a pretty good car. If I wanted to go 4-wheel driving or tow something around, I'd get that car.
The most fun I've had with a car, I bought just only because it had a sunroof, and I always had a bit of a penchant for the Datsuns. It was a Datsun 180B.
Oh yes,
it had a sunroof, and that sold me.
Too.
I didn't care about that. I had troubles with the engine, but I only had it for about a year or two because it had a nice sunroof. But not long after I bought it, the front seat collapsed, so I ripped it out. So I had a 3-seater Datsun 180B. And this is about the time that I met Joanne, and I don't think she believed me when I said I've got a Datsun 180B, and I said it's pretty rare. She goes, why? And I said it's a 3-seater, and she what the hell? This is when we first started going out, and I think one night we jumped into the car, and I said, you could just move to the back, please. I'd always say that. And people who I worked with would often, can you give me a lift or whatever? And they'd can you move to the back, please? Because it was really cool. It was a cool car.
Yeah.
And I remember that I got pulled over outside Arden Street by the copper because I hadn't paid reg for a year or two. And he looks like and he said, what the hell's that? And I said, it's a collectible. And he said, is this why you got no registration? And I said, yeah. And he said, just pull it around the corner here, take the plates off,
walk home,
and see you later. And unfortunately, where I pulled around the corner in Arden Street, around the corner there, where the gasometer is, there's quite a few auto wreckers. And I'm thinking, how am I going to get rid of this car? I don't want it anymore. I'm just going to, And the next day, I rode the bike into work, and I rode past, and every day I rode past the car, there was less there. The wheels were gone one day,
You're kidding.
the hood was gone the next, the inside, the back seat had gone the next day. And that Friday, this is on Monday, that Friday night, Joanne drove into the World Trade Centre to pick me up. And I said, listen, we've got to go past the car and see what's left. And I swear it was pretty much just the shell. It's about 20 past five on a Friday afternoon. And we pull up next to the car and there's nothing left of it. And some people from the wreckers are just looking out the window. I knew that they'd been ripping into it. And I opened the boot and I made a big show of pulling out of the boot a slab of beer. And the look on their faces was, "What? Jesus, we didn't open the boot. There's a slab of beer. Johnny, come here, you idiot." It was so funny, And she said, "Oh, my God." And a week later, the car was gone. I didn't have to arrange to get it removed, but very lucky I didn't get a severe fine from the copper. He had a sense of humour, but don't do it. Don't drive with that reg. I'll tell you, it's not worth it.
That is an awesome story. I'll see, cars, they bring stories into your life.
They do.
And stories like that, like you never forget that. Like I'm never going to forget that. That's an awesome story.
It's a true story. The old three-seater, people that know me from the World Trade Center days.
It's a limited edition one.
Limited edition classic three-seater.
Well, look, we're going to get to a song.
Yes. Back to Doctor. No, it's not my show. I'm saying that. I'm hijacking it.
Is it a Monday night or is it a Thursday
night? It's a Tuesday, Thursday.
I'm losing track.
It's the CarTorque show with Matty J and guests tonight.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
SMSs are flying through, mate. Who have you got there?
I don't know. It's coming up with just numbers. I think it's coming up with an error.
Okay.
But yeah.
Well, we do stream anywhere in the known universe. So this could be coming from that probe around Jupiter.
Oh, yes. It could be.
Could be something from Jupiter.
Or could be that car with lights in the space, as you were just saying.
Yes. We've had our reaction. You put the lights on and there's the Star Trek Enterprise. Now you think Star Trek, that goes through space with lights on.
It does.
It's I wonder. And it's this week, mind you, Thursday night.
Yeah, the new one comes out.
The new Beyond, it's called. And they smash it again.
How many can they go through, seriously?
Yes, come on. But that's numbers if you want to resend that, anyway.
That's...
now.
Well, we're going to jump into the quiz, and this is my favourite time of the night, because we've got a bit of a leaderboard coming along, and I think Anthony got the high score last week, Tyron's best friend. Tyron and him have a bit of a rivalry. But Dr. Rock, you're in the hot seat.
Yes, so I have been before, yes, with Eddie, yeah.
Have you?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, me and Eddie.
You go way back, yeah?
Yeah, way back, 1999, I think it was. And
that's it. Wow.
Just before we went out of the green room, I put on the Collingwood tie, and rather clever move because he was very impressed. And yes, no.
I'll have to try to find that then.
I've got it on DVD, you know.
Do you? You have to show me that.
It's a bit of, anyway, they're here everywhere. Anyway, so I'm in the hot seat.
You're in the hot seat.
There we go.
So we're going to get some dramatic music playing in the background.
Oh dear.
I know it's legit now.
Jesus.
Right.
Mastermind.
Question 1.
I'm hyperventilating.
Chrysler's famous ad for their Charger had what famous line?
Oh, I should know this. Hey, Charger.
Hey, Charger.
Oh, you.
That's one. Question 2. Chrysler's E49 Charger was powered by what engine?
Would this be the one I mentioned before, the Hemi 265?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, Hemi 265-6.
I believe there was also a 215, but I don't know.
There was another 6 and a couple of variations. Okay. Question 3. What year did Australia's supercar scare happen?
Oh, the supercar. I have no idea.
Just throw a number out there.
Can I phone a friend? I'll ask my friend next to me.
Can I ask Tyron? See if Tyron knows.
2000?
Well, that's what he said.
And you're going to go with that?
I'll say 1998.
Nah, 1972.
What was it? The supercar scare?
Yeah, so when I'll explain it after.
Okay.
After the thing. Question 4: Holden's main large car after the what was Holden's main large car before the Commodore?
Wouldn't be the Fairlane?
No, Holden's.
Holden.
Holden's.
Of course, it's a Ford Fairlane. I meant that.
Holden's main large car before the Commodore.
No. Sorry, pass.
Kingswood.
Oh, not the Kingswood. Just shampooed the skeleton. Sorry.
Ford's GT40 supercar back in the 60s had 40 in its name for what reason?
Had what, sorry?
Had 40 in its name for what reason?
It could seat 40. Like those little dwarfs in the minis. Sorry. Was it the GT40?
GT40. The famous supercar.
It could do more than 40 miles an hour, I'm sure.
Yes, it could.
GT40. Isn't that an oil? No, I don't know.
No, it was 40.
40th anniversary?
It was 40
Cubic metres.
40 inches high.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought that. I've got two right.
It's a bit of a story. I'll get back to that. Yeah.
Okay.
The GT40 again was created to beat which famous car maker at Le Mans?
It'd have to be Ford, wouldn't it?
The Ford GT40 was created to beat which famous car maker?
Oh, I see.
At Le Mans, because it was
the Le Mans Grand Prix.
Yes.
Mercedes.
Ferrari.
Okay.
Question 7. The Holden Monaro was sold under which badge in the US?
Chrysler?
Pontiac.
Pontiac.
Okay.
Question 8. What was the first Nissan Z car?
I don't know. Bumblebee?
The 240Z.
240Z. Okay.
And question 9. True or false? Toyota is shutting up shop in Australia in 2020. In 2020.
Yeah. Is that? It's not true.
That's correct. It's not true. It's false.
I'm glad it's not a visual medium. Okay.
Question 10. True or false? Superchargers work by running off exhaust pressure.
It's got to be true.
No.
I'll give you a chance.
It's got to be false.
It is false. It is false. Turbochargers run off exhaust pressure. So let's add up the score.
2.
So 1. Let's go through them. 1, 2, 3. 3's not bad. 3 out of 10's okay.
Oh, okay.
3 out of 10 for
That was interesting. I learned something from that.
There you go.
Not to do another car quiz.
Well, I'll get back to the GT40.
Yes.
It was 40 inches high because back when it was getting released, it was just a bit of trivia. Big Henry Ford Deuce said he wanted to be Ferrari at all costs because the story goes, it's a pretty famous story. He wanted to buy Ferrari out, and Ferrari at the last minute of the deal backed out and said no. So he's like, I'm going to hit Ferrari where it hurts on the racetrack. And he's like the car when you design cannot be any higher than 40 inches. Hence the name GT40.
Well, there you go.
Bit of trivia for you.
Learned something.
Speaking of bit of trivia, and you got an SMS there, but
SMS.
I've got a bit of trivia for the guys here. I've asked if he'd put this on, and you can have a go at answering this. The SMS board is clear now, but not for long. Is that numbers again?
Yeah, numbers again. I'm not sure who's sending that in, but yeah, try. Well, this is on Dr. Rock's request. Try figure out which famous
TV show is this from?
And
I like a bit of trivia, and unlike the car questions, but I like a bit of trivia.
Well, here it is. Send us a text when you know what it is, and give us your name. We'll give you a shout out.
Yeah, we'll do something for you.
And
Mel will wash your car for you.
Hey, that'll take you a while. Oh, yeah. Oh, good. Well, this is the theme song. So text in if you know what it is. That's all right. 98.9 Northwest FM. This is CarTorque. You've been listening to CarTorque for the last hour now. It'll be pretty close. We did end up getting a message about
the car. Yes,
the car. But before that, well, we didn't get a message about that theme song. You want to put the people out of the misery?
Oh, of course, it was Knight Rider, and the car's name was Kit. David Hasselhoff before Baywatch. I suppose we could have done the Baywatch theme, but that's got nothing to do with cars, except there are quite a few hooters. Yeah, Kit, the talking car, and with David Hasselhoff, and
the talking Trans Am.
That's right, it was too a Trans Am, yeah. And you could actually tell whether it was female or male. Did you know you can actually go, I can't believe I'm going to get away with this one. You can actually generally tell if a car is female or male. Did you know this?
No.
I'm going to tell you, you're going to remember this forever now because this is the oldest joke in the world. Well, what you do is you get behind the car and you crouch down, and in most cars you can generally tell the diff.
Oh, wow.
Or you usually can spot the diff, you know what I mean?
That's actually pretty good. I'll pay that. I'll pay that.
You can spot the diff by...
spot the diff.
Yeah, it's a female. Okay, sorry. About the car in the space, mate.
But the car in space... Alam's texted in because he said he was having some problems with his sending a text in. But thanks for listening in, Alam, again. He's his second text of the night. He's like, as you approach the speed of light, time approaches a standstill. If you're going the speed of light, there is effectively no time. So no time to turn on headlights. When we're talking about turning lights on in space. So So that's more of a
sort of bit out there, but anyway, way out there, you know. But it's interesting.
It's good to hear from the people of the community here and see what they say.
Chiming in, yes,
that's exactly right.
Challenging the mental brevity. That's great. I enjoyed that.
And I was going to give a shout out to my good friend Matt from Cafe 2000. He was supposed to come in tonight, but he couldn't get here. His wife's heavily pregnant, so I'm like, that's cool, mate. Just spend time. So spend time with her. But big cheerio to you. And Tyron, you got a shout out for?
No, really, I'm just happy to be on the show. That's it. Thanks for inviting me and allowing me to be on my first radio show.
You've got some interesting badges on your hat. I'm just curious. What is that badge? Is that an Anzac Day badge?
Yes, there is an Anzac Day. That's my first Anzac Day badge that I've been to.
Did you go this year?
No, not this year. Last year.
Oh, last year.
But I did go this year too, but it was a disappointing.
It was a bit of a disappointment. Well, you won last year, didn't you?
Yeah, we did. Yes, exactly. That's why I did buy the badge to keep it.
Because I am a Collingwood supporter, and I didn't like last year, but this year was good. I just only say because it's quite an nifty looking badge. It's the Anzac Day badge with flags, and I actually see today the French foreign minister was in town to commemorate the Battle of Fromelles in World War One, and. I know this is a car show and all that, but I think it's worth commemorating as well because they said in the 2-day battle, some 5,500 Australian casualties. And that was back in the days where General Haig would say, move another division in, we can lose more than they can. Unfortunately, he was dealing with Australian lives, you bastard.
Yes.
And
exactly.
Over 2,000 dead in, But, interesting.
It's, it's, when you look at it that way, it's lives over wars. It's not.
Doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense.
And with what's going on in the world at the moment, it's a car show, but with what's going on in the world at the moment, it's pretty sad. So
yeah, it is.
But thanks again, Tyron, and congratulations again because he got recently engaged. So,
thank you.
So congratulations. I thought
you got the jelly bean jar going.
Yes.
You know what about that?
No.
I don't think I could say it on.
Maybe after.
Suffice to say.
Off air.
I'll tell you off air about the jelly bean jar, and we'll do that off air. Yes, and congratulations, engaged, mate. Well, there you go.
Taking the step.
Yeah,
that's it.
You're putting the pressure on
the plunge.
Oh yeah, putting the pressure on this bloke.
Yeah, it is. The pressure's on him now. The two people I've got engaged that he knows, and all pressure on him.
One's married, and now you're engaged, and everyone's just looking at me like, "What make you?" Get on with it, mate.
That's it.
But no, thanks again, boys, for coming on. It's been an absolute
me, mate.
Absolute pleasure an honour having both of you guys on.
Thank you.
I've really enjoyed your company tonight. But look, we've got 5 minutes to go, and we've got a break to get to. But after the break, we're going to get to our final song. So you won't be hearing from me. We're going to go on straight into to Stratos with Street Hustle. So don't change that dial. It's a cracking show. Keep listening in. This is another Aussie artist because, as I said, we do like to support Aussie artists here.
No worries.
Hope you've had a good time.
Yes, we have.
Tune in on Thursday night if you would, 7 to 8 for the haberdashery. Not the haberdashery. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Thursday waffle.
The Thursday. How did I say? I didn't mean that. The Thursday waffle with Peter Fitzy, Patrick, and myself, and that's on Thursday night at 7 o'clock. But if you would be so kind,
and your Monday show as well, which is always
for your pleasure, 6 o'clock with Dr. Rock. Thank you so much. I really enjoyed being in. It's been fun and seeing a young professional on the way, young Eddie Maguire here. You know, he's going to grow up and insult people.
On live. Thanks again, guys. But anyway, I'll see you guys next week. This has been CarTorque, 98.9 Northwest FM, and take it easy.
Bye for now.
Bye for now.